let me know.
Okay, started.
Okay, hi, this is Linda Borden, and we are at a Easton Library Board meeting at 7:30, November 2020. I'm going to call the roll call so we know who's present. Aaron Gabriel. Aaron, I was aware you were here, but I can't hear you.
I'm here still.
Okay, thank you. Mary Jane Connor is not with us. Peter Reed,
Here.
Chelsea Henderson, not with us. Patricia McPhee, not yet, but I understand she's trying to log on. John O'Brien,
Happy to be here.
yay.
Yay.
And we have our director, Jennifer.
Present.
So we'll begin our meeting. We have a quorum. We're going to start with secretary's minutes. Aaron has been transcribing all of the minutes that we have from our Zoom meetings. We all got a copy of them. Is everyone okay if we take them as a group, or do you want to approve them one by one?
I'd say we're gonna approve them as a group.
Okay, so then, Peter, I need a motion to accept the minutes from April 13th, 2020, June 25th, 2020, August 17th, 2020, and September 14th, 2020.
One correction I see, June 25th, it says Christine, the library assistant, decided to resign. Her name's spelled wrong. It should be a K instead of a C.
Okay. Any other corrections on any of the minutes?
With the correction, I make a motion, we accept the minutes as presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion made by Peter, seconded by John to accept the minutes from April, June, August, and September as corrected. We'll move on to the treasurer's report. Peter emailed us all copies of the treasurer's report so we could look at it now. It will be attached to the minutes when they are printed. Peter, do you have anything you want to report on the minutes?
The one big change was we now have a brokerage account. Who was it? Joe Moore asked us if we could accept stock donations. In order to accept stock donations, I had to set up a brokerage account. Using Larry Wilbur from Wilbur Finance and his partner, Tom Lansing. They helped us very much and set up, we got a brokerage account at Sir TETERA, Satrita Financial Specialist. An account was set up. Joseph Moore transferred stock to us through that brokerage firm. The stock was then sold. We received $2,500, which was listed as a donation. We got a check for $2,500. We kept the $526.59, which was also a donation, but kept it in order to keep the brokerage account open. It was a lot of work getting it set up, so I'd like to have it all set there. So if they want to give us stock, or anybody wants to give us stock, it'll be easy to do now. We've got a brokerage firm and we just have to, have it transferred in and then have it sold.
Okay, does anyone have any questions?
So Peter, that's not the money that's in a cash value?
Pardon?
The money that's in the brokerage account now is just under a cash value then?
Yes.
Yes,
I mean,
okay.
it's cash value.
Yep.
It's like the investment account. I
Yes,
don't know if we're gonna get, probably won't get interest on it, but it keeps the account open.
yeah, it's probably not invested in anything that's gonna make money. It's just there as a cash. That's fine. It keeps the account open for now, you know? And if you had anything else, you can accept it. That's great. Thank you for doing that.
No problem. Well, it was a problem, but he got it done.
I can imagine it was. Yeah, I had to do it with my mother years ago for her account, so it's not easy.
One thing I would like to do is just, don't have to put an explanation, just put some kind of information maybe on our website or Facebook mentioning that we are now able to accept donations in stock or bonds. I don't think we have to go into an explanation because if you own stock or bonds, you probably know what we're talking about. So just my
I think that-
suggestion.
I think it's a good idea. Jennifer and I can work on some kind of language so that people know we're now able to accept that.
Yes.
I don't think you have to go into a great detail, a lot of detail. Because anybody who owns stocks or bonds probably has a brokerage firm or an account, brokerage, investor, and they can explain. Basically, it's an advantage to somebody who has a lot of funds.
Okay,
Probably won't get a lot of people doing that. But I think Joseph Moore may do it next year.
that would be great. Wow.
Excellent. Yeah.
So anybody have any other questions either on the report we received by email or anything else that has to do with our treasurer's report? So then can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report, please?
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aaron,
Yeah, can you hear me?
is that an aye from you?
That's an aye.
Okay, sorry, I'm just not getting good audio on you. So I'm not trying to ignore you if you're saying anything. The second topic I'd like Peter to bring up, since we're talking about money right now, is our 2021 budget. We made up our 2021 budget. We approached the town of Easton, and Peter, could you review what's been going on with that, please?
I sent the budget over to the town of Easton. I called there last week, found out that the budget had been improved. We're getting $29,000 again this year.
Okay, and that's what we asked for, is that correct?
Yes, it's the same as
Was-
last year.
Same as last year's, and last year we held it steady because of COVID, so this is the second year in a row we're holding it steady?
Yes. Well, last year they didn't want to increase it because they're trying to work on building, trying to get money together to do their Burton Hall, fix that up. So they want to leave it at 29,000. Due to COVID, I wasn't going to argue with them. I'm happy to get the 29,000 again this year.
Yes, so am I. I'm very pleased that they're supporting us to that level. I'm very happy. We need it, and I'm happy that they're going to do that. So the other thing that I'm going to bring up right now, since we're on money, instead of waiting till we get to new business, is every year around this time, we have to do something with New York State about applying for their tax cap. So again, Peter, you want to fill us in what you found out recently about that?
I called New York State and found out, yes, we are supposed to apply the tax cap. We don't have to, we have to fill out the form and tell them. Before I can work on that, probably starting tomorrow or this week, see if I can get that completed. But before we put in for an increase, I think we need to talk to Greenwich, Annie at Greenwich Library, and see what their plans are. If they're not going to ask for an increase, I don't think we should. If they're going to, we should go along and follow their lead.
Yes. To remind everyone, last year we did not ask Greenwich Central School for our 2% increase because of COVID. Greenwich Library also refrained from asking for an increase. I've tried to get in contact with Annie a few times. Today, when I called, the library was open, but the person on duty told me a lot of times Annie is not in when the library's open. So I left a message asking her to call me when she can. So I'll let you know what she says, Peter, as soon as I finally make contact. I've tried around 3 times and I'm just not getting a good, mesh with her time working. So hopefully now she'll call me back.
Well, I can work on the tax cap and see if I can get that pretty much set up, ready to go. So, and then once we find out what Greenwich is doing, then we can go from there.
Okay. What do you all think about that? Aaron, John?
Well, I think, once we go, we just go with what Greenwich has decided on. I agree with that thought. I wouldn't push the envelope too much with it.
Yeah, okay. So I'll let you guys know what Annie says
Yeah.
if she knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so,
The next item, I'm jumping ahead because it has to do with money. New business is a computer purchase. So Jennifer, you want to give a little background about why we need computers?
We have 3 tower computers that are aging out. They will actually age out June of 2021, but it takes Sal's so long to order computers, and because of the coronavirus, it takes even longer to get technology now. So by the time we receive these new computers, it will probably be, I'm guessing, May. Now, Sal's will not service our computers after they're 4 years old. So it will be up to us to foot the bill if anything happens to them. And so Easton is always very good at, when the JA agreement is up, we always purchase new computers. So now they are not offering tower computers anymore. They are offering mini PCs, and apparently these mini PCs are smaller and faster. And because they're smaller, they are about the size, I'd say smaller than a lunchbox. And they probably need a Kensington lock for an anti-theft device, and they will need stands because they will fall over. We need 3 of them, and they also, because they are so small, they do not have DVD devices inside of them. So we will need to have an external USB DVD drive, and I've thought we should only order 1 because we don't have a huge call for DVD usage, but it would be nice to have 1 on hand in case somebody needed to use it. So I've totaled up the sheet. I think I sent all of the board members the information on the Excel spreadsheet, and the total comes to $2,371. And I checked with Peter, and we, for equipment for 2020, I believe we still have over $4,000 in our budget, according to the sheet that Peter sent us today. So I was wondering if the board would approve the purchase of 3 new computers.
Any discussion on this?
I'd like to make one recommendation. I was looking at DVD drive, the external DVD drive. They're $28. Why don't we get another one and get 2 of them? I mean, it's not a lot of money. And that way, if more than one person wants to use a DVD driver, we've got one there, an extra one.
Okay,
Anybody else? Oops. John, what do you think?
I think it's fine. I mean, obviously we do this every 4 years and it's time. And if the external drives are that reasonable, then 2 is fine. I don't think you'll need more than 2, but I think that's great, you know?
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's not a lot. I mean, if we're talking several $100s, I'd say forget it. But for $28, you know, go for
And
it.
the printer's doing okay. Everything's okay with printer.
you know,
Situation.
no, we've got one printer that, like, I'm knocking on wood here. We've got one printer that probably is 6 or 7 years old, and the other printer is probably 3 years old. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're still hanging in there and they're still running pretty well. So,
Yeah, we've had good luck with ours at the office. So, I mean, they usually last a lot longer. Are there laser printers, both of them, Jennifer?
they are, yes.
Yeah. And as long as you can get the replacement cartridges for them, you know, it's not, you should be fine then, you know?
But yeah, at some point we probably will need to buy a printer, but I think we're good this time around.
Yeah.
And the monitors are all in good shape
Great.
right now.
Yes.
Okay, if there's no other discussion, would somebody make a motion to purchase the items that Jennifer has listed with 2 DVDs? Players,
I make a motion that Jennifer go purchase this equipment as she presented it. With and then another DVD drive.
seconded by,
I'll second the motion for purchase of the computers.
so we have a motion by Peter, seconded by John for the computer purchase. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be good. So we're going to go to Jennifer for her director's report. There's some old business in there that will come up, as well as just some new information that I thought should be included in our minutes. Some of you have heard this already through emails, but we should officially hear this information for our minutes. Jennifer, director's report, please.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be fast because we only have so much time on our Zoom meeting. So, all right. Erin took a look at our damaged handicapped ramp railing, and we have discovered that we think somebody backed up into it because we found the part of somebody's backup light.
That would be a reason.
Yes, yes.
The evidence is there.
The evidence is there, yeah.
Yep, the evidence is there. So Erin fixed it for now, and at some point, maybe in the spring, we will probably have to assess what we want to do with the cement and railing to secure it better and we'll see how it winters with the cement. So, and I'd like to tell everyone that we have a new hire, and her name is Amarise Lineup. And she began today, this evening, and she's, I don't know, I hope I haven't scared her away, because I gave her the lowdown, and right now she's busy trying to fill out paperwork. So, but hopefully she will, love it here. And
We hope.
I'm sorry.
Jennifer, can you spell her name for the purpose of transcribing minutes when that happens?
I can, and let me just get her resume out. It is Amaris, and her last name is Lynip.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Well, I am so happy that you've got a new library assistant. For the board members who don't know, Jennifer received a lot of applications. She did a number of interviews and narrowed it down. So we had many more applicants than we have ever had in the past for this position.
Yeah, it was amazing. I had 10 applicants and 8 Zoom interviews, and yeah, it was really hard to decide. So I felt very lucky, and Linda helped me narrow it down. So, woo. All right, moving on. I think
Can I throw,
I'm sorry.
Jennifer, can I throw one thing in here real quick?
Yes.
Just want to let everybody know, minimum wage for next year, beginning January 1st, is going to be $12.50, which is what we're paying the staff right now, other than the new person. So we need to think about whether, if we're going to give a raise and how much. So don't have to do anything today, but something to think about. So go ahead, Jennifer.
Okay, I believe that I sent everybody the Newsbank stats. Hopefully you got them, but we are up for renewal for Newsbank, which is our online newspaper. And we had I would think like 524 pings on our website, which I thought was amazing. So I'd love it if we have money in our budget for next year to renew the subscription for Newsbank. Maggie Brand was here and weeded. She was here, I believe, last week, and she was here today. So we need to thank her. So Patricia, I will be in touch with you about that. She really does an amazing job. And also Aaron was here. I don't know if Aaron came with his son, but I know that Aaron weeded in late summer also and did a great job. So I appreciate that too as well. I wanted to tell everybody that one of our staff members, Doris Callahan, had a project that I gave her at the beginning of the year. I want to say it was like January or February. It was to take our historical and genealogical records that we have for reference in the back that people come to the library to research. All that reference material cannot leave the library. And I have a hard time, Helen knew it like the back of her hand, but I have a really hard time helping people with it. So I asked Doris to record all of it so we would have an easier time looking it all up. So Doris finished it yesterday. It took her 11 months, but she put it on an Excel spreadsheet And I sent it to Jack Scott at Sal's, and he's gonna hopefully help us put it up on our website. So I was just so proud of Doris for doing that. So that was a big deal.
That's really fabulous, really wonderful that we have that resource that people can now find what they want easily and know what we have available.
Yes, yes. She barcoded it. She recorded all the barcodes. She recorded what box they're in. She recorded the authors and if they have a number, or she just put it all in an Excel spreadsheet. It looks really great. So oh, I wanted to let everybody, well, I guess you all know that I completed the newsletter on October 20th. And in the newsletter, I talked about our grant that we got for the women's suffrage. We got 3 sets of books, which was, I don't know what we're going to do with the other 2 sets, but they were very generous with us. They gave us so many books. I might end up giving them away next summer for the reading program, but we do have some nice books to add to our collection for women's suffrage. They're 1 adult book and 2 middle grade books. And I also advertised our Dungeons and Dragons for teens, and so far nobody has bitten. I have gotten no response, no emails from anybody to join that with Matthew Bink, but I'm hoping.
Maybe we can try a new advertisement of it again when the students are going to have their winter break. It'll be winter, they won't be outside and they won't be doing school. I don't know how that's working this year, when that's going to be, but it might be a time to push it again.
Okay, I'm writing that down. And then one last thing, we have a mouse problem again, and I've asked John to set out traps. So thank you, John.
Yes,
Yay.
that will be accomplished.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, they've been in the, like, behind the circulation desk. They are in the wall, and I've heard them run across the top of the stacks, and
You don't mind getting rid of them, right? That's okay?
say that again.
You don't mind getting rid of them, right? You'll be all right?
Oh my God. Well, I'm not
I'm
as
just
bad as
kidding.
Helen. I know Helen
just
sit on chairs, but maybe we need a cat. Maybe we need a library cat.
I'll check the traps. Don't worry. I'm not going to.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Anything-
that's it.
Okay, does anybody else, oh, there was one other thing at our last meeting under old business. It was Mary Jane had asked how much money we have collected in memory of Mary Alice Gillis, because we were thinking of, in the spring, putting together a project to buy a bench or something of that nature for outside. And so I think Jennifer's checked into that. So I think she has the figures for that.
Yes, we collected $500 in memory of Mary Alice Gillis.
Okay. And you also have something for,
Peggy Gillio.
thank you.
Yep, we have $150 collected from Peggy Gillio.
So that will help us when we try to think of what we would like to use that money towards and what we could buy with it. Any other business from any of the other trustees that we have neglected to talk about or you want to bring up now?
One quick question. Pat, did you send a thank you letter out to Larry Wilmer and Tom Lansing?
I'd have to look in the book. How long ago were those gifts received?
about a month ago. In other words, they helped set up the brokerage account, which I
Oh, the
was in
stock
October.
account. No,
Yeah.
I did find that one. That one, I think I wanted to call Pat because I think that's more of a formal type thing. To thank you. Like I have like
Could be.
Pat's
I'm not
old
sure.
book.
I
Like
mean-
so far, I've pretty much handwritten cards and putting little receipts in them. But that I think should be more formal. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. I mean,
Yeah,
they did
and-
help us a lot, and Larry Wilbur said he wasn't gonna charge us for any work of setting up the account.
Right.
I think we need to thank them.
Yeah, I think what I need to do is sneak into work early because, like, at home, I'm on the constraint of my internet is basically in my hand right now. And I can't go to the library. That's where I used to do my typing.
I know.
So I got to sneak into work early and use a little computer time at work.
All right,
But I will
Thank
get
you.
that done. You're welcome.
okay.
So anybody else have anything they want to bring up that we haven't discussed yet? So Peter did bring up for our salary. We know that in the past, we have tried to be ahead of minimum wage for our employees, trying to offer them a little bit more. We can discuss that at our December meeting. I guess we would have to, since the law changes in January. So I think it might give us a little time to think about that, and Peter to check his budget for next year and figure through what type of raises we might be able to offer people. And then we can discuss that with some more definite input on figures from Peter. Is that all right with you, Peter?
That's fine. I'll try to put something together and have it for you. I'll send something out. Once I got something together, I'll send it out.
And I have
Okay.
to tell you that the two employees that we have, Barb and Doris, they both have gone above and beyond, you know, with extra work. I mean, the things that I've asked them to do, and you know, so they're great assets to the library. So, you know, there's no worries there.
Excellent. I have a nagging question, Peter, that I remember we got a grant to help with during COVID for salaries. And I don't remember the constraints of that grant for salaries, but my concern was there was something in there. I thought that those people who received those monies had to continue working. And I know we had two of our employees are no longer working for us. Is that a concern, or should I just forget about that whole idea?
Don't worry about it. I mean,
Oh,
we offered them work was available. You can't make them come in, so that's fine. And there's been no change, you know, we've been paying them right along and they've been steady, so I don't foresee a problem. And the SBA is getting much more liberal, I think, in giving relief. So right now, I can't do anything. I can't fill out the form because I'm waiting on TD Bank, and I just talked to them a couple of days ago and they said, well, maybe December, they'll be ready to start processing because SBA keeps changing things. So
Yes.
beginning of December, I'll get back to TD Bank and see if we can put in. Shouldn't be a problem.
okay, very good. Thank you. Well, if there's nothing else, can I have a motion to close the meeting?
I make a motion, we close, adjourn the meeting.
Second for the adjournment?
Patricia can second to close the meeting.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank
And
you.
so we'll close now and adjourn, and I expect we'll have one in December sometime, another Zoom meeting if it's allowed by the governor. We'll see you in December.
Sounds great. Thank
See you
you.
then. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Thanks,
Thank
you
you.
too.
Seeing you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.